Welcome to our community. Susie Thomas with you this morning. Very happy to welcome from the Upside of Downs and the upcoming Buddy Walk. We've got Nicole Sherman and Tricia Novak. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Well, first of all, we've just got all kinds of things to talk about. First of all, how are you doing? How are your families doing? Nicole, I know you're a teacher. How are you getting through this crazy time that we're going through?
Things have been a little bit different as far as how we experience the end of the school year and our summer schooling with the kids. But, I think everybody made the best of the situation and really worked together between teachers and the paras and the parents and the students. I mean, everybody just made the best of it. And I think overall it was a good experience and it was a learning experience. We're all anxious and excited to get back to the fall and just kind of hoping we can get to see the kids as much as possible in person.
Yes. Tricia, how about you?
Yeah, I think it went well, given the circumstances with schooling coming to an end. The kids are used to seeing each other in person, so it's different to do it all online. But I think the teachers did a good job of having everybody join together and learn that way.
I know it's been different for all children. Is there any things that we need to keep in mind, especially when we've got children with Downs or with some special need? Are there other things to take into consideration when we're doing the learning at home and changing the routine?
There's a lot that needs to be taken into consideration, especially with all of our special needs kiddos, because they all have different needs that need to be met. Not only goals as far as their school comes, but they just all have different things that they may struggle with as far as communication or reading, writing, or just not being with their teachers and their peers. It's a lot to manage, and then parents trying to work around all of this as well. So there's just so much. It can be a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah. But you're all doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Owen's
good.
A trooper.
Yes. We will look back on this time and go, wow. I think there's some things that are coming from it that are teaching us how to do things better. And we may continue to do some of those things. And I think there's going to be some things that we cannot wait to stop having to do this way and go back to normal. So that's probably how everyone feels. But it's my 2 cents. Let's talk about in a normal world. Let's talk about the Upside of Downs and all the great work that does.
Yeah. The Upside of Downs has been supporting us since Owen was born, really. They are a great organization. They reach out to new parents and expecting parents and all the way through adults with Down syndrome with various programs. They're just right there for us when we need them.
Let's talk about Owen a little bit. Tricia, you are Owen's mom, and Nicole, you are Owen's teacher. Do I have that right?
I'm a paraprofessional in the classroom, so
Okay.
I aid the students either in gen ed classes or within our classroom. So anything that they may need assistance with, I'm there just to support them.
So you're getting to work with Owen in the classroom, and Tricia's getting to work with Owen at home. Tell me about Owen. What kind of a great little guy is he?
Well, he's 14. He is very social. He loves his friends. We're really blessed to be in such an awesome school district and have teachers like Nicole. He likes sports. He likes video games. He's just very similar to any typical kid that's 14.
But he's not a little guy. Owen's a teenager. So,
He is. He's taller than me.
oh, man.
Yeah, Owen has a great personality. It comes out in many different ways, and sometimes it comes out just like any other typical teenager. But he's always very happy and fun-loving. And like Trisha said, I mean, he has got so many friends. You go anywhere or he's at any event and everyone's like, Owen, what's up? And everyone's just high-fiving him. And it just, you know, he's got a crowd of friends and a paparazzi no matter where he's at.
So has he been keeping in touch with these friends using all the electronic means? Is that how Owen is navigating this time in history?
Yes, he is doing, the school did these dance parties for their adaptive physical education. So he got to see everyone that way. Yeah. And he does, he's been going to some of his friends' baseball games and even doing some, you know, socially distant appropriate lacrosse practices.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you said that the Upside of Downs has been with you since he was born, and I did not realize that that's like almost 15 years now. So talk to me about the kind of assistance and the kind of support that they've been providing for your family.
So one of the very first things we received was a big welcome packet with lots of books and information about Down syndrome. We actually attended our first buddy walk when he was about 2.5 months old. I wasn't quite ready for it, but my husband really wanted to go, and it was just a whole group of people that were just very welcoming, very excited that we have this baby with Down syndrome, and they have been such a huge resource. They do family grants, and they have support groups. We met baby and toddler groups. We met a lot of kids in his age bracket from different areas. They have moms groups, sibling groups, dads groups, and grandparent groups. They offer to educate, too. I think some of the districts in Olmsted Falls might have even taken some of their classes for people with Down syndrome and how they learn. Mm-hmm. So they just have all kinds of stuff for everyone.
Tell me about the importance of parent groups and being able to meet together with parents all raising children with Downs.
It's huge. The first group I had joined, there were some older kids, and I remember I always was like, what is this going to look like in 5 years, in 10 years? And when I didn't know anybody with Down syndrome before my son. So you hear these stories, and some of them don't sound so great, but then you get to meet these families.
Yeah.
And we've done it with their kids, and it's huge. You know that you're going to be okay. And you have people you can ask questions to, or if you come up with issues, have you guys seen this? And chances are somebody else has, so you don't feel so alone.
Mm-hmm. And I think, I'm not sure when it occurred, but it seems like we've found out that people learn differently, and different people, we all learn differently. Somebody's kind of got the key to unlock the door and unlock that learning so that children with Downs educationally are getting a great education now. You want to touch on that a little bit?
Yes. Nicole, do you want to talk about that one?
Sure. Yeah. So in in our classroom, like we said, there are multiple children with multiple different disabilities. Mm-hmm. But in Down syndrome, kids vary. There are some that are able to communicate and some that are not able to. So there's different levels. So each child, just like any other typical child, is different and has different needs and learns differently. And but we're able to, especially in our classroom, and the parents are so great and so supportive of the things that we need to do and need to have for them. The different technology, like Owen has an iPad with a special communication app on there, and he also has it on his phone, which is great. So when he's hanging out with his friends, he can just use the phone just like anyone else and be able to communicate via that device.
And oddly enough, as you're talking about communication, you've started to break up. So if you could go back, it was kind of like almost perfect. If you go back and tell us a little bit about more Owen communicating with the keypad.
Yeah, so he has an iPad with an app on the iPad, and it's the same app that's on his phone, so he can use that same communication app through different devices and communicate with multiple different people in different ways.
So he can
And
communicate with the technology.
yeah, definitely. And kids are so technology savvy nowadays that, I'm asking him for help with things.
Well, and I think what's so great is that we've started focus on everyone's abilities rather than disabilities.
Yeah.
And that seems to be the key, because Owen has his abilities and things that are just Owen that no one else has. And you want to expound on that a bit?
Yeah.
You know him personally better. So
Yeah, he does. He has this, first off, he has this beautiful ability to just bring people together. He was on the basketball team last year, and he, would help the coach stay calm, and he just has a nice sense moods type thing. But he is so able to do so much, just like typical kids.
Yeah.
And I think that surprises. I think his friends will come up and they'll be like, he beat me at the game. Like, he did the video, better than I did. And so I think if you just get to know people, you can see where their strengths are and realize they are just like everyone else.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Get to know the person. That's it. All right, so we have got a buddy walk coming up. Let's talk about it. First of all, let's talk about what the buddy walk has looked like in the past, and then let's talk about what it's going to look like this year.
Buddy walk has been around for longer than us. It used to be held at the Jacobs Field Stadium, and the last few years have been at the zoo. There is around 5,000 participants sometimes. Right now it's about 2,200 registered this year so far. They raise funds. You take a nice mile walk, and they have music and some fun events for it. So in the past, it's such a great day. Owen knows it's his day, and so it's fun. This year, it's virtual, so it's going to look a little bit different.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to be doing it virtually this year. What day is this going to be?
It's going to be on August 15th, which is Saturday, and it's they have a Facebook Live event going from 9 to 12, but they're saying anybody can kind of do their walk or log on whenever.
So go ahead and walk, and then are we getting sponsors and raising funds for this? Is that how we're doing it? And then walk wherever you are, walk around your block, whatever, and then join in the Facebook live streaming on the 15th from 9 to 12? Do I have that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You can join. You can create a team. You can join a team. You can just donate to a team if you don't really want to walk. You can go to the Upside of Downs website, and they have all the information there with how to do that.
And that website address is, do you have it? Do you happen to have it?
Yes. It's one word, theupsideofdowns.org.
And there's a "the" in the front of it?
Yeah, THE, upside.
Theupsideofdowns.org. Okay.
Correct.
We want to make sure to go to that and get registered and be able to participate along with you. We do need to take a short break here. We'll be back after these words. You're listening to Our Community. Welcome back to Our Community. Susie Thomas with you. And we are visiting with Nicole Sherman, who is a paraprofessional and working with a young man by the name of Owen, young teenage man by the name of Owen, and Tricia Novak, Owen's mom, talking about the Buddy Walk coming up to benefit the Upside of Downs. And you can find out more by going to theupsideofdowns.org. Both of you, let's talk about then what this is going to look like. So you can walk anywhere. Do they want us to video or take pictures of ourselves walking and upload those, or do we just tune in? They've got a program all planned of what they're going to live stream.
Well, I think they have some things they're going to live stream. Like they usually have like local celebrity kickoff. So they're going to still do all that.
Mm-hmm.
I think they do want us to definitely take pictures and upload them. If we have video, they would love to see how we're walking. Our team, even though we're virtual, our team is going to get together by our house, and we're going to do a little walk around our neighborhood that morning.
Neat. I'll tell you what I love, and this is one of those things that I think it's teaching us how to do stuff better, is because if someone is not available exactly from 9 to 12 on the 15th, it'll be there on Facebook forever. You can go and join it if you have to be a little bit late or see it the next day. You still can participate, and that's one of the things I hope continues on, because I think it takes a fundraiser and it really accentuates it. It makes it even bigger. It's going to, make it last longer, and it's more fun. It's even twice the fun because you can do it over and over and over again. But if you can be there live on August 15th, go to the Upsides of Downs Facebook page, yes, and from 9 to 12 and see the live streaming and participate in the live streaming. And that's always fun, too, because you can go in the comments section and it just feels like you're all at a big party together. It's how we're doing fundraisers these days, isn't it? Talk to me about the behind the scenes, the planning that's gone in. Are you part of that, either of you?
No.
Okay. Well, you just get to jump in and participate with the rest of us. Nicole, I'm interested in the part of your work, the paraprofessional. Talk to me about what that does, what you get to do, and the support you provide to the classroom teachers in your work.
It's a very rewarding yet challenging job, and I think it is so rewarding just because you get to see, especially working in the middle school, these kids coming in sixth grade, 11, sometimes 12 years old, and on that verge of trying to figure out who they are, and they're changing and growing. And then as they leave in eighth grade, 14 years old, teenagers, and just to see the growth that these kids have made over those 3 years, it's amazing, and it makes me just so happy to see how far they've come. And so I'll go into the classroom with them. A lot of times, like I said, they go into gen ed classrooms. Like Owen, I was in band with him in sixth grade. He loves the drums, and he's really good at it. He can keep a really great rhythm and great beat, and he just really gets into it. So I would just be in class like with him and helping him, making sure he's following along on the correct notes and the correct song and music. And basically in other classrooms, they might need help with reading certain section out of the book, or when it comes time to taking reading quizzes to them, or just helping them study, creating study guides or something that they can do at home with their parents. And then we also have a job skills classroom where they pack different things for like snack bags for the basketball team, or they will do the laundry for the team, and kind of just different things throughout the building, maybe helping the custodians with sweeping the floors, or just doing different job skills to help them prepare for things that they could potentially do when they are done with school. So I'm just there for whatever they may need.
Do you find yourself working more alongside each individual student? Does each one have their own paraprofessional, or are you working with multiple students?
That's a great question. And how things run in our building could look completely different than other buildings. But what we like to do is we like to work with different students and not just one student, because sometimes the student does become dependent on that one person, and you know that child so well that sometimes you may do stuff for them that they don't really need help with, because you just get so comfortable, just like you would with your own child,
Sure.
Instead of them doing more of the work because you're like, I don't know what they can do. Let's see what they can do. I'll just do this or whatever. So we try to work with multiple students so they get comfortable with multiple adults and we don't get too comfortable with each other. And so it's nice. And sometimes it's good to work with different kids and for kids to work with different people, because if you're working with the same person every day, sometimes you might get a little bit, I don't know, you're just kind of like not bored, but just comfortable or whatever the case may be. So it's always good to change it up a little bit.
Do students keep in touch with you after they've moved on, graduated? Do you ever hear from alumni?
We do hear. Sometimes we've had alumni come back to the classroom and help out, whether they want to be like, a guest reader, or if maybe they have a support dog that they would like to come in to share with us, or I know even like you said, like through Facebook, it's a very easy way to keep in touch with other people and other students just through that format. And they love seeing you out in the community, and it's always great to see them, like when I go to football games and, just to say hi to past students and parents. So it's fun to see.
It's also neat to see the relationship that builds with two people who love the same kid, the mother and the educator, and talk about your own relationship, how you've become acquainted and friends.
Yeah, well, Trisha and I also have boys, older boys that are in the same grade that were in band together. And so it's kind of funny on that level. I have one of her children in my classroom, and then we both have boys the same age, that go to school together. Yeah. So it is kind of a different aspect. You have to, like, one end, okay, I have your student and we're a parent-teacher relationship, and then the other hand, you see each other out and in the football games and in the band, and then you get to talk on a personal level like that.
Yeah. And you're a great team. Owen is very fortunate, very blessed to have both of you in his corner. Trisha, talk to me about, do you have one other child, other children? How big is your family?
I have one other child. Like Nicole said, he is going to be a junior this year, and he's in the band, and can't wait for his younger brother Owen to get there too.
Yes.
So it's just the four of us.
Tell me about his relationship with his younger brother.
Right.
Tell me about that relationship with his younger brother.
Oh, the two of them, they get along like brothers. 1 minute they're all happy, and the next minute they're arguing over something. But there is a very, very loving relationship. Jason has said at times, I wish I could just go with Owen there so I could be his voice. And before he was, with his talker, but he is a very, looks out for him, makes sure he's, doing okay. They haven't been in the same school yet together, so they don't cross paths there.
What instrument does your older son play?
He plays the trombone.
Okay, I was wondering if maybe he is why Owen is such a good drummer.
Owen kind of comes by that somehow naturally. I don't know where he gets that from.
This is one way he can really be heard. He can make that sound on the drum. So good. Talk to me about them growing up. How was your older son? How did he kind of look out for his little brother?
Well, we basically have raised Owen just like he's, any other kid. We never really called much attention to the differences. So he likes to kind of watch, even today, like the kids will go and play, and he kind of just monitors that everyone's, being fair, and there's not too much concern about that anymore, but they just have a good understanding. He was able to understand things that Owen says more intuitively sometimes than me and my husband could.
Oh, nice.
So they just have a he's taught him to play the video games, and,
There's just something special about brothers, isn't there?
There is.
What would you say to parents who find that they are going to be given the great gift of being able to raise a child with Down syndrome, what would be your words of encouragement and maybe advice to them?
Oh my gosh. I think I would say that it's so much greater than you'll ever realize. It really is a gift. Owen has opened up this whole other world that I didn't even know existed. He is at a slower pace, and sometimes you see so much more when you're not hurrying to the end. So it's a beautiful thing. There's many people you're going to meet along the way, and everything's going to be okay, and it's really going to work out.
Nicole, how about you? What would you say to people, others who are considering going into this field?
Definitely you will meet a lot of wonderful people, a lot of challenges, but you need to have patience and kindness and just an open mind. And it's one of those things where I started this career when my children were a little bit older, and I wish I had gotten into it when I was younger, and maybe I would have understood a little bit more of my children's behaviors or things when they were younger and kind of been a little bit more understanding in that aspect. Because now I see, I'm like, oh, okay, yes, this is, I should have done this when they were little, because now I know exactly how to, to handle the situation. And it's definitely not an easy career, but like I said, it's very rewarding. And these kids are just amazing at the things that they're just like everybody else. They can do so much more than a lot of people think that they can. And it's just amazing to get to know each one of them and their personalities and just the smiles that they put on your face, and they just are just happy, wonderful people. And so it's been a blessing to work with all of these kids.
We want to remind everybody to participate in the Buddy Walk coming up August 15th to benefit the Upside of Downs. Go to the upsideofdowns.org to get registered and for all the information. And then tune in August 15th on Facebook for the live stream between 9 and noon. If you can't, then tune in the next day, because that's what's so great about live streaming. It can be, a rerun streaming. And we want to thank both of you so much. Nicole Sherman, Tricia Novak, talking about the Buddy Walk. Thanks for all you do in our community.
Thank you very much for getting the word out.
Yes, thank you very much.